So when I started releasing my tracks 5 years ago, I just realized I should master my tracks. I saw so many videos, so many guys explaining the best ways to master your track, but no one can give me like final solution. So today, for those who have the same problem, for those who just have curiosity about how my master works, today it's the day that you have your answers about the master, and I will show you the best master tips. Before mastering, ensure your mix is well balanced, the volumes like the panning, stereo imaging, address any issues with EQing, don't abuse of compression or maybe with the reverb, with the delay. This can give you some issues, especially with the mono and stereo comparison. If you are using headphones, I'm using right now to talk with you, I mean record this video because no one is chatting with me right now, I know. Try to use high quality equipments, but don't think like Yerh better than the Yerh. If you hear well, you don't need like expensive equipments like these things or maybe these things. Use your ears, and if your ears are not well to do this kind of thing, just use a little bit better equipments than the other guys that don't need this. If you have Audio Technica like I'm using right now, you don't need like Rokit 5 expensive add-ons to make better and bigger productions. I've talked with guys that don't use very good equipments, it just make bangers. I just use this Audio Technica just for record vocals. I just use my PreSonus Aris 3.5 and not Bluetooth, just to make sure it's everything okay with my mix. And of course, if you are using like studio monitors, just make sure your room is very well treated, because otherwise you'll face a lot of echo issues and maybe your bass, one of the most frequencies that echoing all over your room like too many times before reaching your ears. Just treat a little bit more the room, otherwise just use your headphones, that it's the best equipment you have and you can use it anywhere, anytime and everywhere you want. Remember, a flat frequency response is essential when the mix and mastery time comes. Apply multiband compression to control the dynamics of each frequency spectrum, otherwise it will just be like very compressed track. Yeah, that's weird. You have that option in FabFilter Pro L3 and a lot of compressors out there. This is a very efficient way to give more power to your track and make it a little bit more efficient, like the master to sound really good, in my opinion, of course. This is all my opinion things. Consider adding Subtlke Saturation or harmonic excitement to your track to add warmth. Like you have the ozone exciter, you have other plugins like this one, and this can give you really good power on the track. Yeah, okay, this is premium plugins, but you have other free plugins, and this can give you really good sounding without distortion. Is different from saturation. It's a little bit different. When it comes to master things, I think the most efficient way to add harm to your track is to saturate it a little bit, not that much. It will start losing also the clarity of your song. And now you are joining one of the most complicated things to talk in just one video about the LOF, the target level. I mean, there's a lot of, but the most important thing is that, of course, you to make sure that your track is not ultrapassing the 0 dBs. All platforms like YouTube, like Spotify, like Tidal, like Apple Music will start compress your song. You just make that on the master. You make sure that all levels just peak the 0 dBs. Don't pass more, I mean in the loudest parts. If it don't clash with the 0 dBs, you're making something wrong. You should aim for the balanced track without sacrificing dynamics. Don't make the break sounds loudest as your drop. Don't make the drop sounds a lot more harder than the break. It should sound everything like this, you know. I usually want my drops at -4 levels, break or intros, or also outros of course, around -6, and my climax around -5. Okay, my track, as Perp said, must be this. No man, your track if sounds like this or sounds like this, it sounds good. If it sounds good to you, bro, just keep going, okay? I'm just giving you the tips, I'm just giving you the techniques that I'm using around 3 years. I'm giving you the best advice possible to make your master sounds freaking cool. And then use a limiter, limit everything across the 0 dBs to 0 dBs. Balance. Also to prevent clipping, be mindful to not squash your sound. Don't make it like this. you know, like sounds really bad. Don't make everything mono, don't make everything stereo. If you have your kick stereo, it's okay, but if you have your clap mono, it's weird. Just follow the rules of the nature. The most powerful and the most important elements of your track must be in mono. Just can make it wide as you want. Of course, don't make your pads like that much stereo or make your leads that much mono. Some tracks you just need to make something that sounds normally in mono to make it stereo. Also pay attention to the mono compatibility. If you have leads like init leads that are in mono, you make sure that don't face issues. And this is very important, and a lot of you guys don't know how to work with phase issues. If you have some similar sounds, like two similar leads or two similar kicks, you make sure to make this process like to reverse polarity. What this do is just reverse the polarity of the sound. If the frequency is just like this, then will just be like this. And this is very important when you are using some similar sounds. It will start to clashing. It's a lot of things to work. Okay, I know. Okay, don't forget, it's your master, it's your game. If you want to set that track for a label, if you set that track for a distributor, you just use wave, and you have wave about 16, 24 and 32 bits. For me personally, I just export it at wave 24 bits. You just need to know, for MP3 it's just to hear for you, wave to others here. Basically, when you want to hear in the car system, when you want to hear in your earphones or maybe in the sound system, you can export it as MP3 for sure, to make it less than 10 megabytes. You can share it on Discord unless it's above 8 megabytes, unless you have Nitro, of course. To send it to platforms, they only accept wave, and some of them just want 24 bits or above. I think there's a lot of difference between wave and MP3. There's a lot of to explain, and I don't want to join that game right now. Okay, maybe in the future, if you want to talk about this, just comment down below. You can use reference tracks, so just create your own track. If you really need, just use a reference track, the same genre in the same style with the specific or maybe like similar sounds. Also, this will ensure that your track sounds well mixed, well balanced, and then when you have all of these set, just save your setting, and then you can use this wherever. No one will judge you. It's your mix, it's your master, it's your game, it's your project. Don't be mad if you got rejected by some labels a few years ago that now they are dead, and then you release more and a few biggest labels. Bro, it's just a master, it's just your music, okay? Don't worry. If you got rejected twice, try for the third in a different level from the one you think you can release. If it's not the time, don't worry, it will be the time. Also remember, the mastering process is either technical and creativity process. It's not as my way, it's not as dude's way, it's everyone's way. I teach a lot of friends on how I master my track. I just have 3 presets of master a few years ago, and now this is my one. In 6 months I maybe will have some different master settings, who knows. Sorry. Practice, experiment, and be careful with the things that you are using. Experiment and full listening are the key to reach the best sounds, the best master, and the best track out there, because it's not the gear, it's your ear. And with that said, I think we are done for today. I'm trying to give you the best advices with the best edition, with the best script, but sometimes it's kinda hard, okay? So please subscribe, okay guys? It will help me a lot. I won't forget that. Subs.